Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This video is to analyze one interesting statement made by the former US President Donald Trump. And I think that his statement in which he says that if I lose the elections, there will be a bloodbath in the United States of America. Let's analyze this statement and see the probability, the possibility of this happening. I do not promote anything like this because, I think things should be done differently. So, I'm talking about things, I'm talking about people becoming free again. That's what I mean. So here it is. NBC News, March 16th, 2024. Trump says there will be a bloodbath, end quote, if he loses the election. Former President Donald Trump vowed on Saturday, that there would be a bloodbath if he's not re-elected in November. The comments came at a rally here as Trump discussed the possibility of an increasing trade war with China over auto manufacturing. The rally was intended to get out the vote for Republican Senate candidate Bernie Moreno, whom Trump endorsed in December ahead of Ohio's And I'm quoting, "If you're listening, President Xi and you and I are friends, but he understands that way I deal. Those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, you're going to not hire Americans and you're going to sell the cars to us. No. We're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line. And you're not going to be able to sell those cars if I get reelected," he said. And I'm quoting again President Trump. Now, if I don't get reelected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's gonna be the least of it, he added. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That will be the least of it. But they're not going to sell those cars. They're building massive factories. Later he added that, and I'm quoting, "If this election isn't won, I'm not sure that you'll ever have any election in this country." End quote. Now, I don't know if he refers here to a bloodbath in its, official form, which is what the words mean, blood, and bath. But nevertheless, let's take it and analyze this statement as its naked expression, which is, if I don't get reelected, the Americans will rise up and it's going to be an quote-unquote civil war. Let's put it this way. I don't think will happen because of Donald Trump. If this were to happen, it will not be because of Donald Trump. Why do I say that? I say that based on previous examples and the way I understand and feel the American society. I don't understand it completely, obviously. So that's why it's possibilities and probabilities. Possibilities. Yeah, that's possible. It's possible. Is it probable? Maybe 10%. Not even. Why? The Americans are doing too well still. What do I mean by that? I mean that we as organisms tend to become softer as our lives become, safer. That means I still have food, still have a house, I'm still doing okay. When things go horribly bad, which is, you start having less food and less certainty, then yes, you would be inclined to, do something else than just go and vote. The United States of America overall did not get to that point. And there's not a big mass of people who are at that point. In order to say, well, we're starving, I'm with my back behind, back against a corner. That would be the most efficient one if there was to be some uprising, let's put it this way. The second one, some intellectuals, certain strata of the society, certain groups obviously want power regardless how good it goes in the country. They will want that. Why? Because they have a different vision and because they want it for themselves. There's two different, have a different vision, and I think my vision is better intellectually. And the other one is, I don't care how well, I just want to be in power. There's always going to be this kind of people among us, okay? So that's another one. Those people right now, I don't think they have the support of people who are hurt. Because remember, it's always starting from a small nucleus, small number of people. And from that one, they don't have to convince everyone. No, they just have to be very determined, organized, and they have to fight very focused. And then from there, they get people who come to their, how should I put it, movement, and they will do what they think is good for themselves or for their idea. That is in general. Now, people. Unfortunately, this cannot happen because of Trump, let's put it this way, which is, people getting outside and protesting. As an historical point of view, look at the past. What happened last time with Biden and Trump? A lot of people thought that was bad and all that, the deniers and all that. What happened? Nothing. On the contrary, it was that January 6th little thing. And that was not an insurrection. There was not the army involved. There was anything like that. It was a bunch of protesters who entered the Capitol. Some of them were violent, some of them were not. Some of them did stupid stuff, some people did not. Nevertheless, and then what did the government do? They surrounded the whole thing with armed guards and with fences, with barbed wire. That's democracy and freedom. For what? I'm pretty sure there are movements in this country. There are people who really plan something like this. I mean, in any society, there are people who want to change this and want to change that by all means necessary, as Malcolm X said, right? And you still have posters with Malcolm X, by all means necessary. Yeah, but that's for them, because those guys wanted them to change the whole thing. They used them. Well, they benefited. Yeah, they benefited, and I'm glad they did. Now, the people, I think, a lot of people that I think Trump hopes to come out and try to change things differently, or make things differently, don't have the guts. And they don't have the means. It's another thing. That if something like this would happen, it would not happen in the street. In the street is going to be just something like what he says, a blood bath. If things would change somehow, they have to change out there. And how do you change that? With the military. If the military tomorrow says something, that happens. And anyone else can say no, it will happen. Who's going to be the mass media? Who's going to be the CIA, FBI? Let's say these guys are not together. The military still has the biggest power. But if you have, let's say, the military doesn't want to do something that FBI says, it's not going to happen. Again, if, let's say, the politicians will say something that the military doesn't like, potentially they have the power to do anything they want with everyone. So it starts almost always with the military, or the military doesn't get involved. This is, I don't think it's going to happen. These are just used to inflame people and say, yeah, it's going to happen. I don't think so. I think if these elections, let's say, are going to be between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and let's say Joe Biden wins, I think that would be a big step towards something that I think will happen in the future. I think is going to be a civil war in the future. It's not because of Trump necessarily, because remember, Trump is going to be one guy who's going to bark orders in the White House and nobody will listen to him. Therefore, it's going to be inefficient. So they're going to wait and he dies, or his term is going to expire, the same as last time. So I don't think these guys are very much scared of Trump. They might allow Trump in order to show us that the system is working and to calm down the public. They say, well, see, now you got him. And Donald Trump will do almost nothing. First, because he wouldn't be able, he wouldn't be allowed, I think, and from other reasons. If you think that Donald Trump will come in the White House and is going to be distributing the justice and payback, no. Why? He needs people to implement that. Let's say, even if he wants to do that, who's going to implement it? I'm not his man. I was hired here by the other guys over there. I have my own group right here. He's going to say, do this. Yeah, we're going to do it. 4 years, this guy is going to be gone. Or maybe he's going to have a heart attack. Maybe he's going to have a little, mini stroke, or what else. So no, they might allow him to come in power. He would not do anything. People will say, see, democracy works. Trump said this is probably going to be the last time we're going to have an election. No, they're going to have elections, but it's going to be, like you massage a wooden leg. That's it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Now, I was about to say that's it, but what could change? As I said, if things remain as they are, that's an increased possibility that other people will try to break this country into, enclaves. I know, different kind of groups. That's what could happen. Other than that, I think the United States already is tipped into that direction that I don't think it can be brought back through civic, intellectual, what do you want, ways. We'll find out, but no bloodbath. I give it 2% that will happen, something like this. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.